Take two. The doctor called. This is hard. I hung up on him first time. I'm like, they can just call back. All I said was, y'all gonna be disappointed in me. But you know what? I said, I'm just not gonna stress over this. I ended up really botching this up. How can I botch up? Because I fall asleep. So I ended up taking this down to here. Decided just to do the garter rows again, which I did like before. You know, the willow part when I first started had zero problems. Was clicking along just fine, and bonk. So still have to fit more rows of this, then this. Now we got another one today. But I'm not stressing. It'll get done when it gets done. If it gets done after Christmas, it's okay. I don't stress. Y'all know me. I stress about very little. Very little. Oh, mercy. Well, this will be all right, I reckon. You know, I was stressing a little bit about that pink next to the purple, but a lot of people like pink and purple. And it's not going to be mine anyway, so hopefully some pink and purple lover. And, you know, these scarves are just like Joseph's coat of many colors. It's a scarf of many colors. We have a beautiful... trying to fluff these out again, and I'm just making it look worse. These poor things have been crammed in these drawers for weeks. Anyway, I'll have to look up the number. The number of the pink, and I think I mentioned this maybe on live or some other video. Number 519 was yesterday, and this is called Freesia. Freeze your honey off in this weather. It's a flower, I think, or a plant. Fresia. I think you pronounce it Freesia. That's how I'm pronouncing it. So we've got, to recap again, we had this gorgeous burgundy-like color, and the name of it was Ruby. Ruby. This, I've been calling it pewter or silver, and the actual name is Mercury, and it's number 74074. The ruby was 517. This beautiful purple or plum is called Shadow Purple, and it's number 394. And I'm going to try real hard to get caught up. We'll see how much I can do, because I really need to be working on other stuff too, but it's okay. I do enjoy this pattern. It's just my sleep struggle. And it's not that, it's just that knitting and crocheting relaxes me so much. Oh, I have to leave this up here. So now, today we have this gorgeous green. Doesn't match this green, that's all right. And the number of this one is 512, if I didn't already say it. 512. Of the sheep G's shapias was the way I was saying it, and then somebody said that wasn't right, but my Dutch friend Whisper, Barbara said I was close enough. She said some Dutch sounds, and I think I said German one time, but like we aren't used to making those sounds. You know how it is with languages. But anyway, I'm going to call it shapias. Y'all call it what you want to. I call it beautiful. And it is 100% mercerized cotton, which I wouldn't normally make a scarf out of. But I think with this pattern, it's looking great. Now a memory. Oh, golly gosh, I'm getting low on memories. And y'all know I do better with memories than 5 seconds ago. But, I was thinking about this I think about this every once in a while. When I want good pizza, oh God. Our family had a routine of going to a pizza parlor that was owned and run by somebody my dad knew. This guy had his hands in lots of pies. So it was his own, and I don't think he had a chain of them. As far as I know, he only just had that one, and it was called Pasquale's. It was a little tiny place, but I can still just remember it so vividly. They had, it was always low light in there. It would be a real romantic place to take a date, but it was mom, dad, me, and my brother every Saturday night. I think of Friday nights as pizza nights now, but that doesn't mean I necessarily have pizza then, but whatever. But I wear my sissy shawl so that I kind of got a collar up here. I guess I could even turn it down. Isn't this pretty? My sister Teresa Patton made it for me. Got my bells on, and I'm not live today, but I might ring them somewhere. You never know where I might pop up on somebody's live up on the screen. But anyway, so we went. They had the glass tabletop. They were round tables, and they had the glass tabletop, but it wasn't just, it was frosted. Like, it seems like it had a little design in it, because it seems like the texture was bumpy. As a kid, you remember everything. And seems like it was just like that for a while, but then after a while, they started putting the red and white checkered tablecloths on them. Because I don't think I'd be up under the tablecloth feeling checking out the table and stuff. But who knows? I was nuts then as I am now. But, oh my gosh, their pizza was so good. But, your memories and your taste buds are different as a kid. So maybe it was that. But, oh man, if I had the money, I'd pay big bucks just to have a Pasquale's pizza again. That tomato sauce was just, we just get cheese and just pepperoni, nothing, real out there with toppings or whatever. But oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh, so there's a memory, not necessarily at Christmas, but I'm sure we went at, during Christmas time, because we always went. That was our every Saturday family date. And looking back at it, I don't know how Dad made, except for the good Lord, how he made ends meet with just him working. And he wanted it that way. He wanted Mom to stay at home, because she did have a meal job. But even after he wanted her to stay with us, before we went to school. But even after we went to school, I think he didn't want her working. He wanted her home. He'd make supper and all that good stuff. She was a wonderful cook, too. Oh, my gosh. At home, talking about food, she made the best pepper steak. And I mentioned that socket to me cake the other day. That was in the 70s. That was like a coffee cake. That was good too. Every Saturday morning, I used to wake up to the sound of the mixer. Mom was making a cake. But her kraut dumplings, we only had them in the wintertime. And I wasn't a fan of kraut, but I loved those dumplings. They were the fluffy kind. She made, I remember that red and white old-timey Betty Crocker cookbook, and I've got one now that I got at a flea market or somewhere. I think those are still in production, though. But I remember the dumpling recipe was really, how when you use a recipe, you get gunk all over it. It was well used. You didn't have to bookmark it or anything, because the pages would be all ripply and chucked all over them. But they were fluffy dumplings. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Yeah, I didn't like the kraut, but dumplings, yeah. What else did Mama make that was so good? Corned beef. She used to get like canned corned beef and put can of mushroom soup in it and just heat it up in a casserole dish. Boy, was it salty, but boy, was it good. Not much, the Lipton onion soup, dry packet too. That's probably what made it so salty. When, of course, corned beef salty too. Food, wonderful food. And at Christmas time, we'd get out the old, it was like a big old heavy metal stainless steel, I guess, grinder, like a meat grinder, but we ground up whole cranberries in it. Mom made the Jello, had celery in it too, and had pineapple in it, but it was a congealed salad, cranberry salad. I never was a celery person. I thought celery in it was weird. I probably like it now. I had a little crunch. Oh, I had pecans in it too. That was so good. And I remember we had to shell the pecans. And you never want... Ooh, I remember tasting... Have you ever tasted the... If you don't get all the gunk out from between the two halves of the pecans, how bitter that stuff is. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. But I do love pecans. Not those little pithy parts. You always want to make sure you get those out before you put them in your recipe. But Mom was an excellent cook. Everything she made was good. I guess that's it. I had a great childhood. Had good food. And I remember, you know, when I was married, and I have told you before that the girls and I would make, always make our stuff. My eldest daughter, I've told you several times, she liked to make those orange balls. And she liked to make those to give to her friends and stuff too. But they were good. Can't remember. Oh, we made these cream cheese beef roll-ups. I think it's cream cheese Lipton onion soup. Dry packet. You mix that up. And then you take the dried beef, you know, they're round, out of the jar. And you put that cream cheese onion stuff in it and just roll it up. That was a little appetizer we used to make. If you've never tried that, they're so good. And another thing we made were cheese Danishes with the crescent rolls. You know how they come and they have perforated parts and you just break them apart. And then it's like a triangle. And we did, what was it, cream cheese, some confectioner sugar, the white powdered sugar, maybe a little vanilla. That's all I can remember being in the filling. And we'd put it in, you know, put it on the crescent roll and roll it up and bake it however it said to bake the crescent rolls, just like a cheese Danish. So good. Anyway, those are a couple of ideas maybe for your, for some appetizers. Even if you're not going out, if you're staying in. And even if it's just you or just you and your hubby, or you and your hubby and your kids, or whatever. It's just going to be me, or me and my brother. And I still have a half of a ham for Thanksgiving. We'll probably get out. And I'll probably do the green bean casserole again, and maybe something. That's all we had at Thanksgiving. Of course, our church did bring us a plate. Shoot, I got to call them and thank them for that. Put it in the bulletin, you know. Okay, that's all I got. So I got my work cut out for me. So we've got green after the... That'll be all right. That'll be like a flower, kind of. So that's what I got to do. Like I say, I know I'm behind. Did so well with keeping up before. And I missed Denny yesterday. Speaking of keeping up, I like to make Denny proud. I don't know what it is. I love my Denny. But she was so proud when I was keeping up. She'd still be my friend. Though I'm losing focus. It's not so much that, it's just the sleeping thing. But anywho, love to you all. Have a very merry, what is this date? 17th? Yes, Thursday, December 17th. Hope you get some crafting in, or some holiday baking, or cooking, knitting, crocheting, spinning, looming, whatever it is you do. Have fun. And I'll be back with our reading for today. And then that's all you'll see of me unless I pop up on somebody's live. Okay, see y'all later. Love you bunches. Be sweet. Don't be ugly. Bye-bye.